Sponsored by. The importing of Russian oil for India rose by more than 6% in March as compared to February, despite increased sanctions imposed by the United States and other Western nations on Russia's oil trade. This has apparently irked the United States, which has sent two high-ranking officials from the US Treasury Department to encourage the Indian government to avoid buying Russian oil, thus limiting profits to Russia. Russian oil imports reached the 4-month peak of almost 1.7 million barrels being imported per day. This constituted about a third of New Delhi's total oil imports for the month, according to preliminary data from commodity market analytics company Kepler. This comes despite the US last month's sanctions against Russia's state-owned shipping major Sovcomflot along with 14 tankers associated with it, over alleged violation of the G7 price cap of $60 per barrel on seaborne Russian crude. Even Indian refiners have refused to take delivery of crude transported by Sovcomflot tankers in an evident bid to steer clear of any secondary sanction risk. This had raised apprehensions that imports of Russian oil in India could go down, yet the data released paints a contrary picture. Meanwhile, Russia on Wednesday cleared the clouds of doubts, maintaining that the trade flow of Russian oil to India continues at a high and stable rate and is facing no challenges in payment transactions despite US sanctions. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova highlighted that the flow of oil proceeded smoothly despite heightened sanctions which ensured uninterrupted oil trade between Russia and India. Earlier this year, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar had defended India's stance of continuing to buy Russian crude oil amidst the Russia-Ukraine war and the sanctions. He emphasized that India continues to trade with Russia, maintaining its long-standing, stable and friendly ties, and noted Russia's historical support for Indian interests.
We have multiple options. Answer is yes. Is that a problem? Why should it be a problem? If I'm smart enough to have multiple options, you should be admiring me. You shouldn't be criticizing. Now,
in a no-nonsense response, EM Jaishankar asserted that Western democracies need to understand that Bharat's perspective on Russia need not necessarily align completely with others. India refiners had ramped up importing Russian oil purchases in the aftermath of Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Due to the invasion, the Western nations started sanctioning Russia, after which it began offering deep discounts on its crude oil, which came as a major profit for India.